What's the typical thing that we need to do when somebody gets into a car accident from the very minute that it happens to when they walk in the lawyer's office as to what it is you need in order to represent them? So starting at the accident and the police are out there, then let's go forward from there.
Yeah, I mean, it's common occurrence. Accidents happen. A lot of the thing we hear, and I'm sure you hear it a lot too, is, I'm not sure if I'm injured at the scene of the accident. You got a lot of adrenaline, so you don't know. But if you are, go to the hospital. Don't be a hero. I mean, the ambulance ride, you got insurance, you got auto insurance, so it's covered. So don't worry about the cost. That's the thing that I hear so much is, I didn't go get help because, I don't have good health insurance and I don't think it's going to cover it. Well, you know what? Your health insurance doesn't cover it. Your auto insurance does. So if you do get in an accident and you think you are hurt, go get help. That's step one. I mean, always go to the hospital, get checked out, and go from there. And if you're not getting resolved and you're not feeling better and you need help around your house, you're missing work, then you come in, you see us, and we walk you through the process. Because I guarantee you, the one thing I can tell you in every case is the insurance company is not going to tell you what your benefits are. They're not going to say, yeah, under the no fault, you're entitled to help around your house. You get help with your personal body if you're really injured. You can get wage loss benefits. They're not going to offer that up to you. So they don't offer that up until we get involved and demand it for you.
So now, Justin, a number of my clients, not all of them, but many of them, will come in and they'll say, hey, the minute I got into this car accident, I'm standing on the side of the road waiting for the ambulance to come by, and I get this call from this place called Accident Lawyers or Accident Resource Center. Can you tell us about that? What's that all about?
Yeah, stay away from it because it's solicitation. Attorneys, medical people, professionals, anyone, no one can contact you after an accident. It happens all the time, and it shouldn't happen. And hopefully that's one of the things that the Attorney General has been addressing is her fraud unit, and that's why she was objecting to this as well, because it would completely eliminate this new fraud task force that she has developed. So that's why Attorney General Nessel was opposed to this legislation as well, because it would wipe all of that out and it would allow for fraud to continue. No one wants fraud. It's going to happen, but hopefully with this task force, you break down and you get rid of people like that who are calling accident victims, because that's not how it's supposed to work.
That's interesting you bring up that subject of the fraud unit that Attorney General Nessel is putting together. Normally when we hear about insurance fraud, we always think of the people trying to make a claim against the insurance company that are getting investigated for submitting a fraudulent claim. I know that you've seen a number of cases where insurance companies actually are committing fraud in an effort to try to avoid having to pay claims.
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. It's not a one-way street, that's for sure. And, it's some of the people. Sometimes it's unscrupulous providers as well. There's people out there who are trying to benefit off the system. And that's with anything, Brian. I mean, you see all over the country, there's these huge Medicaid frauds down in Florida. I think there's a huge one. There was one in Michigan recently as well.
Yeah, so, that's right. And they shut a bunch of these guys down, and they should be shut down, because everybody's gaming the system. And that is one of the factors, and I stress, only one of the factors that's increasing insurance rates. The other factor is what I consider to be insurance fraud, where the insurance companies are artificially increasing the costs based upon their false, fantastical estimates of what they're going to need in the catastrophic claims unit.
Yeah, that's been a huge debate, and I think we talked about it probably, a month ago. I think we discussed it when they talked about the numbers going up. It's a system that they won't let us look at. We don't know how much money is in there, and all we know is they want more.
That's right. Just more. Like a child, Give them a cookie, they want another cookie.
That's it.
And then they don't give you anything back. So the other thing I was going to mention to you is how do you work with a client in terms of the fee agreement and, being retained to represent somebody on an injury case and that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Every contingency, they're all contingent fee cases. You do them, I do them. It's you don't pay me a dime out of your pocket. We only get paid if we win the case, and we take a contingent fee on it. If anyone's charging you anything but that for a personal injury case, get out of there and call somebody else, because that's not the way it's supposed to work.
I've actually heard people charging a certain amount of money up front for an investigation, and then they charge a contingent fee, but that's ridiculous.
That's absolutely absurd. You can't do that. You can't charge for you can charge for initial consultations. We don't, but some people do, and that's not the way it's supposed to work. We don't know if we can help you until we sit down and we go through your case. And if we think it's good, then we'll take it on.
But the best thing to do is to just call us at 855-LAW-SHOW, because we'll be able to give you some advice as to whether or not you have a case and what kind of case you have. And if we can't handle it, which is very rare. We know exactly who handles it, and we'll get you that right person. So if you have a legal question, just call us right now at 855-LAWSUIT. We'd like to hear from somebody who has been the victim of an injury